Hello everybody, welcome to Tiny Man Time. My name's Hunter, and on Square Zero today we're going to talk about priming your model. And we're going to go over everything that we need to do from start to finish to prime using a Rattlecan. And so you'll see I have some things here on the table, and I'm going to tell you what each one is and what each one is for. So the first thing that we've got is of course our model. And I believe this is the Brugit from the Gloomspite Gets box set. Really great box set. I wouldn't call this a beginner-friendly model, but we're just going to use it as an example, okay? So we've got, this is an empty pill bottle, and we're going to use this as a painting handle. I didn't use a painting handle for probably the first, I don't know, 9 or 10 years of painting. I should have started a long time ago. So if you don't have something like this that you can attach the model to and hold, I recommend you get it. You can use pill bottles, vitamin bottles. Miniac uses chunks of wood. You can use just about anything. Obviously we have some scissors here, and this is Scotch double-sided tape. This is a super important hobby tool, and I really recommend everybody get it for the following application. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out a piece of this double-sided tape that is appropriately sized for our little guy here, and I have him off of a base. But you can have models already on bases, that's not going to be a problem. So you're going to put your double-sided tape onto the lid of your painting handle, which I've got right here. And then we are just going to, as carefully as we can, attach this model firmly, but without breaking anything. And this has a lot of very delicate pieces, so we've got to be kind of careful, onto this double-sided tape. And there we go. Some people talk about using poster putty or blue tack or sticky tack, whatever you want to call it. But I personally find the double-sided tape is a little more reliable. So he's on there, and he's on there. Now the reason why I use pill bottles, and why I'm going to recommend you use pill bottles, is you can have one handle. Well, this is a bad pill bottle, isn't it? But you can have one painting handle, and you can swap out your models with that much ease. So you can have everything on a temporary base and pop them on and off very easily. Okay, we've got our model on our painting handle. It's unprimed. Let's talk about priming. Okay, so what I've got in my hand here is Citadel's Gray Seer primer. Now, some people would say not to use Citadel spray primers, and this is why. I don't know if you can see that says $20. That's pretty expensive in the world of primers. But I'm going to go against the grain, and I'm going to tell you this is an excellent, excellent primer. Their primers used to be a little touch and go. The Chaos Black always worked, but their whites and their grays now have improved to a degree that I can recommend them fully with confidence. And what we're going to do, we have our primer in our can, and this should not come as much of a shock. You're going to shake this thing. And you're going to shake it for 2 minutes. If you've never done this before, shake it for 2 minutes. Some of you out there probably say, well, I don't shake it for 2 minutes and I'm fine. If this is your very first time using a can like this, shake it like you're trying to murder it. 2 minutes, full 2 minutes. Set a timer and shake this thing. So you're going to hold this about 10 inches away. And you're going to start by spraying off the model. See, like this? And you're going to sweep it over the model, like so. Never spray directly onto your model. You want to do sweeping motions like this. And spray from every direction until you get full coverage. Alright, we're back inside. We have our model here. Check it out. Full, smooth, even coverage over this bad boy. And it's worth noting that let's just say you miss a spot and it's not quite as gray as the rest of it, or if you're using black primer or white primer and you see a spot that's not quite the same color as the rest of the model, that's okay. As long as you've got some primer on it, paint will take. You don't have to have 100% perfect coverage on these things for them to work. It's also okay if you do get full coverage. That's completely fine. Obviously you don't want to spray too much. If you spray too much primer onto it, if you spray too much primer onto it, then you can start to lose detail. that primer will start to fill in gaps. It'll start to fill in details, and you can lose some resolution, especially in your face. That was definitely an earlier mistake that I made, maybe first year painting. I would put way too much primer on or blast the model directly with my spray can, and the face would be completely full. Helmets, eye sockets and helmets would be completely full. So that's really all there is to it. You now want to give this about, focus please. You now want to give this at least an hour to dry. Some people say 24 hours is how long you need to let these things cure. Personally, this is anecdotal, but this is just me. I have never let a model cure for 24 hours after priming it. I usually paint the same day, oftentimes 30 minutes to an hour afterwards, and I've never had a problem. Your mileage may vary. Do not take that as gospel. But that's all there is to it, guys. So go forth and I would say slay the gray, except we turned a gray model into a different shade of gray. But go out there and get some models primed, and be on the lookout for my next Square Zero video, in which I will show you how to properly base coat a model. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.